Hello there. It's Kim Baker from Kim's Creative Corner, and this is our Stamp With Me at 3 live session. We are doing color challenges every week, and before we get started on that though, I wanted to share this fun little meme that's been going around the internet. How the raccoon is the official mascot of 2020 because he washes his hands incessantly, always wears a mask, and rearranged the letters in raccoon and it spells Corona. I thought that was really cute and it's very fitting for the stamp set that we're going to use today. But first, I want to show you the colors that are in our challenge today. They are, I guess I should say this week, because Stampin' Up! Puts a new challenge out every week. So the colors this week are Crushed Curry, So Saffron, Seaside Spray, and Smoky Slate. And I don't know about you guys, but Seaside Spray is my favorite. I'm going to be so sad next year when it retires with the in colors, and I'm going to hope that they bring it back because I just love that color. So, on to today's card. We are going to make this fun fold today. Ta-da! And we are using the COVID-19 fundraising digital stamp set from Stampin' Up! Called Share Sunshine. And you get 15 pages in that set for $12. Now you can print that stamp set off as many times as you need to. So it has different colors. I'm using the black stamps in it this time, but there are other colors through the pages, and mine is all cut up into little pieces, but I did do a live, I don't know, the day that the stamp set came out, so it was last week, I did a live showing all of the digital stamps that are printed off through that. So you can look back at that and check out every sheet that you would get in that download. But that's what we're going to use today because, you know, it's just a sign of our times. But anyway, let's get started. I started with a hot dog fold. So we are doing a 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 and scored at 2, so that we can fold it back. And then we have a piece of Whisper White. Hi Gloria, I'm so glad you joined me today. Our Whisper White is 1 1/2 by 3 3/4. Our Seaside Spray is 1 3/4 by 4. Then I have a piece of the In Color Designer Series paper, and that measures 3 by 4. It's going to not fit tightly, but I'll explain that when we get to that part of the card. And then I also have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside. And then these, like I said, were cut out of the COVID relief stamp set. I just cut the paper down and then ran them through my die cutting machine. So that's all we have for pieces of paper, cardstock. and we will get started on the stamping. So there's not a lot of stamping with this set. We are just going to stamp the critters and a flower, and that is it. Hi Melinda, I'm so glad you joined me today. So how was you guys' weekend? Gosh, the weather was so beautiful. We did a ton of yard work, and we actually had family come up, and we social distanced by playing games outside. We did bags and a game called Cube, which to me it sounds like cube, only a longer U. I don't know, but anyhow, it was a lot of fun. It was such a beautiful day. So all I did was take the Memento ink and put the raccoon over to the left side of the strip because he's going to be holding that flower. So we want to make sure we left room for that. I always worry about where this stem's going to go because it goes across his face, but I guess it would since he's holding it. And then our mouse, our little field mouse, is going to go in this corner. And so if you're just joining or you're watching on the replay, we are doing Stampin' Up's color challenge for the week, and that is crushed curry, so saffron, smoky slate, and seaside spray. So when I do these challenges, I like to try to use every color that they give us because it's more challenging for me that way. But I didn't use a lot of one of the colors. Okay, so because gray is in our colors, I am going to use the smoky slate for both the raccoon and the mouse. And hope we line him up right. I kind of judge it, usually I judge it by the eyeball, where the eyeball is. And whew, I got really lucky there. That's nice. I have not had a lot of trouble lining these stamps up, but now that I said that, I'm sure this raccoon will probably give me a challenge because I opened my big mouth before he was stamped, right? Hi Joanne, I'm glad you joined us. Okay, so line up the eyes and the bottom. Ta-da, look at that. I thought I jinxed myself. I got really lucky, didn't I? Okay, so we are done with the stamping. And we're just going to color the flower. So this is the extent of the crushed curry that I have on this card. I just colored the flower, and I'm using the Stampin' Right markers this time because we don't have a crushed curry in the blends. So Gloria said she did yard work and had a drive-by dinner for your family. That's so nice. Oh, chicken enchiladas and a rice dish. And your granddaughter made desserts. I think I want to drive by your house, please. Chicken enchiladas. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. Okay, so I just colored the petals, the crushed curry. We've had quite the weather change, haven't we? It was like shorts weather yesterday. And then today, holy cow, the vet came to give my horses their spring shots, and that wind was just blowing through my barn. Big difference. You know what they say, it's Illinois, wait 5 minutes and the weather will change, right? Okay, and then all I did was I used my basic black marker for the center because when I think of flowers with these centers, always think of black-eyed Susans or the purple coneflowers. That's where my brain always goes. And since I wanted to use the crushed curry, that's how I ended up with the black center. Hi, Paula. Thank you for joining. Oop, I wiggled my phone. Okay, so that's it for the stamping. And I was saying earlier that I'm using the Share Sunshine, the COVID-19 set. So I already die cut these out of that digital stamp set. So they are done. And all I have to do is put this 6 feet apart, mount it on the other. This is the Stitched So Sweetly framelit, this set here. And I used the same one, it's the same size for the greeting and for the insert. And then the other one is just the rectangle framelits, stitched rectangle framelits. And then I guess I should show you the stamp set. This is the stamp set we're using. It's Special Someone, and it did roll over to the new catalog. So I'm super excited about that because I love these little critters. So that made me happy. Happy dance. Okay, so our raccoon goes on to a piece of Seaside spray. And then I used the In Color Designer Series paper and just did this pattern in the Seaside spray. And we are going to put that behind the flap. And this is where I was saying earlier, I was going to tell you the measurements normally, because this measures, this area from here to the fold measures 3.5, and of course the card is 4.25. I normally would do 3.25 wide for this, because this DSP is 6 by 6. I wanted to be able to get 2 pieces out of it, so I only cut it at 3 because the flap's going to be across that, and you're not going to see that it's a little short. So, you know, unless you get real fussy about it, you can do that. But I thought it was a nice way to even out the Designer Series paper. So that's why I did that. And our little raccoon goes right on the flap. Isn't that cute? I just love it. And our greeting goes behind him. I just fold the flap back and get close. I want to be able to get close to the edge, but still I wanted to still see some of that Seaside spray. So I really like the way that sizing fits perfectly. Hi, Leanna. Glad you could join us. All right, and then we'll put the little field mouse in here. And then our sentiment inside, I just put it so that the flap covers it. Now this sentiment is slightly different than the one in the original card because there were a lot of different options for those Share Sunshine stamps. But this one says, though 6 feet apart, we're close at heart. And the original one says, though miles apart, we're close at heart. So I like the different sayings, I like the different options, but my goal with this was, you know, they're close. The whole reason I did this fold, they're close, they're far away. So anyhow, I don't know if anybody got that, but that's how it works in my crazy mind. But that's it for the cards. Does anybody have any questions? Quick and easy, not difficult. I think too, as I'm looking at the stamp set, because I showed it to you, I realized there are those little butterflies. I never realized that before, so I might have to add some butterflies to this because they're there. That's why, right? So that is it for me today until next Monday at 3. If you don't have any questions, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Hope you're coping well with the craziness out there in the world. I think because we're stampers, it's a little bit easier to swallow maybe, because we like to be in our craft rooms, right? So, and I will leave you with little Mr. Other Raccoon that I started with. So I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you, Melinda. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.